what's up? It's Shane's Life as a Fantasy Draft. It's the show where no one's named Shane. Why Shane? Why not? I'm John Gorman, one of the hosts. To my right, another host, Daniel Gewirtz. Daniel Gewirtz, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, John. Thank you for asking. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm in a kitchen. There's food on the table. I'm not at that table, but both these things are true, and I'm excited about it.
Are you actually speaking into a microphone this evening?
I just checked. I am speaking into. I've upgraded from an aluminum can to now just a plastic container. So it should come out.
Is it a 20-ounce bottle or a liter bottle or a 2-liter?
It's a spoof because I'm also smoking weed.
It's 80% post-consumer plastic.
Yeah,
as you know, that.
BPA free, of course.
Yeah, locally sourced, organic. It's nice. Also, Greg Dennis is here, who has already talked, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. Greg, how's it going?
I went to a craft beer expo this weekend, and I was there an hour and a half in, so it was a 3.5-hour event. Hour and a half into it, the most important vendors there, fresh out of beer.
No.
Out, gone. Sold out.
That is a tragedy.
There was a lot of cardboard signs that said "all gone" with a sad face.
Oh, it's really sad.
Yeah. But either way, I still have my LAX to JFK monkish other half collabo tonight. So whatevs.
That's an unfortunate. I don't know. That's an unfortunate name for the beer because JFK is the world's worst airport. Like, they could have done LAX to EWR or LAX to LAG.
They did an LGA to LBA.
Okay.
Which I think LBA maybe Burbank.
That's Long Beach.
Long Beach, yeah.
Long Beach. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You really know your airports.
I wouldn't drink any beer with JFK in it because that's the worst. It's got to be the worst beer that's ever been brewed because JFK is the worst airport in the world.
It's actually made with chunks of JFK's skull.
Oh, or chunks of JFK or shoot, never mind.
There's a long line also before you can drink it. You
have to spend an hour and a half looking for parking.
Although, in other news, my beer did just sleep with Marilyn Monroe. So
hey. Well, happy beer day to you, Mr. President.
That was real nice.
Too nice.
Oh, so
did anybody watch no football? Without football.
We don't have any football. Wait.
What?
We're a football podcast, and we're going to talk. There's no football.
Wait a second. Are we a football podcast?
I don't know. I don't know.
Who's pigeonholing us?
Like, wait a second. I was unaware that this was a football-specific podcast.
Well, I mean, fantasy. It could be about anything, really. I mean, we're pretty avant-garde.
We're a sportlytical podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're experimental in that regard. We're genreless. We're like an amoeba.
I like
also
that.
locally sourced.
Yeah. real local.
Sourced. So local. The farm to table.
Too local.
Podcast. Too local.
The microphone to table? Microphone to table.
Microphone to table. That's right.
So without football, did anybody watch the Winter Olympics?
You know I did. I was way off on the medal count too, by the way.
I feel like I was the closest.
Way off. No, you were even further off than I was.
I was close.
What'd you say?
I was in the 40s.
Man, we got like 28. I said 34. So I was the closest, but I still felt way off.
Which one of us said like a couple hundred?
I said like
Daniel
56.
said 50.
All right, chill out.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even have that many events.
They didn't. It was really short too. I feel like the Olympics used to go on for like 8 weeks.
17 days. It was 17
Weird. Is that
days.
how long it took to run to Marathon Greece? Is that?
No.
It felt shorter this year because it was like a 16-hour time difference.
No.
Yeah, and it was
basically
impossible to watch a live event.
It's because North Korea snuck in and stole 2 days from the Olympics.
No, is that what happened?
Yep, that happened. That happened.
Stay woke.
That's sneaky.
Don't
bastard.
believe what the news is feeding you. I have real answers.
It's actually February 24th right now.
It's true. Listen, real quick, most important medal that the U.S. won. What was it?
Oh, God, it's curling gold. Men's curling gold.
Curling.
I think women's hockey because
Women's
they
hockey
beat
was
Canada.
dope.
Because they
Yes.
beat Canada. However, they won in a shootout, so I'm not 100% sold on that.
Did you hear the announcer too? I don't know who the announcer was. I'm gonna stick on hockey for a second because we'll get to that curling match. That was the greatest.
Well, we also have to get to the other one that I think is important. But go ahead, Daniel. Just hijack my bit like North Korea does to the Olympic days.
You got it. So I don't know if you heard the announcer, the color analyst for the hockey match.
Whoa.
Oh, easy there.
Who let
Easy
the
there.
racist in, everybody?
They don't have color analysts in hockey. Come on.
Yeah, we don't
Literally
see
the
like
title
that, Daniel.
of the-
I'm sorry.
what?
We don't see like that in the Olympics.
That's literally the title of the job. It's the job title is color analyst. Give me a break.
Okay. All right. So yes, the,
The color analyst, seconds after the U.S. wins in that shootout, seconds after she says, "I don't agree with shootouts in deciding gold medal games, but that's what happened." And I'm like,
Bless her.
what?
Well, I absolutely agree with her.
I agree, but is this really the moment as we're watching these people like crying and celebrating their gold medal win over Canada in hockey?
Oh my God,
Like, can we let
Canada.
these people have their moment?
How incredible is it that they beat Canada? That's the greatest thing ever.
There's really nothing like I have nothing against the nation of Canada in general.
That's a
No,
lie.
but they
You know, they've
beat
got-
the originator of the game. That's like if anybody beat the U.S. in baseball, that would be a big deal.
Yeah, like if well, everybody beats the U.S. in baseball now, but like
Not when
If
we
the
sent
US
the pros in.
that's still not true. But in basketball, like if it would be like if Canada beat the U.S. in basketball.
I think the only team that could have beat either of those was the Russian team, and they weren't allowed in.
Thank God.
I love how the North Koreans and the Russians weren't let in, but they both still got in anyways.
Well,
Like no one's
you
talking about this. Like the
you can-
Russians played under the Olympic athletes from Russia banner, which sounds to me like Russia. And then North Korea was like, well, we'll just sneak in here with South Korea and no one will know that we're here.
Like, didn't
Well,
we
they
fight an entire
they
war
do
about that?
Yeah, no, like they do that. So like when the Soviet Union broke up, right, back in like the 1991, they were like, "Oh my God, we have to get a team together." And so like they all competed under the Olympic flag. So like they didn't have a country anymore, but the athletes still went. And so they just competed and they play like the Olympic anthem whenever they won medals. So like that's just something that's something they do all the time. Like it's never like a high profile country like Russia, but like smaller nations will compete in the Olympics. Our athletes from smaller nations just under the Olympic flag. So it's a thing.
Does that have to do with like the country itself not having the funds to send athletes, or like I don't this is like you say, this is the first high profile nation that it's happened to, so I never really paid any attention to it before.
I would say the Soviet Union's kind of a high profile country back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was extraordinarily like that was incredibly like there was a gaping hole on the medal stand. You're like, who's all these athletes with no country? But yeah, in the 2016 Summer Olympics, Kuwait did it, and yeah, again we had they even medaled with a gold medal.
Okay, and
in
what?
men's double trap.
Double
Which
trap.
I do believe men's double trap is
that
an event
rapping?
that- I was going to say Migos medaled in that last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe Fetty Wap got the silver, right? Because he's the trap queen.
Correct.
And Future brought home the bronze.
That's right. In the men's 200-meter mumble. South Sudan has done it in 2012. In 2014, India did it.
Wow, that's a pretty high-profile country there, too.
Yeah.
Seriously, and how are you doing all this off the top of your head?
It only houses, 1 billion people. So...
Yeah, I mean, 20% of the world's people are
no
in fact
real
Indian.
big deal, I suppose.
Yeah. So, yeah, Russian athletes were allowed to participate under the Olympic flag as Olympic athletes from Russia, or OAR. Oh,
OAR.
God, shout out to college.
Why you always got to turn the car around?
Oh, my God.
I went to an OAR concert once. I couldn't name one song that they sing.
They literally just said
They're all vaguely the same.
Well, yeah.
Tell me one I should know.
Turn the car around. Shattered.
Sing it.
Crazy Game of Poker.
Oh,
that
I know
Blues
that
Traveler?
song.
No.
I thought
that's,
that was Dispatch.
They're the same band. Like, good luck picking out Guster, OAR, Dispatch out of a lineup. Like, it's just...
And Mo. What about Mo?
And yeah, Mo too. If those bands were started like 15 years later, every single one of those members would have a man bun. Every one of them.
That's like Nickelback, Creed, and what was it the other one there? They all kind of sound like the same band.
Three Doors Down.
Three Doors Down, but they all have different names.
Yeah.
But I'm convinced it's just like the same. It's just like a different singer, but then the same band.
Oh, it's like all of those Blink 182 bands. Plus 44, Boxcar
Well,
Racer.
actually, I think Green Day is like one of the first ones to really start that scene.
Yes.
Shouts out.
Shouts out.
But
90s rock.
Let's bring it back to the Olympics real quick because this is a story that went unnoticed.
Oh.
This was the first time the Americans medaled in luge ever.
Well, really? Is that
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
That was a huge deal.
true? Wow. I didn't realize they had never medaled in luge.
Never medaled. Lex Luger.
Stop it. It's pronounced
Beck,
Lex Luger.
I'm a luger baby.
Lex Luger.
This is real. This is the real deal. We finally medaled in it.
That's amazing.
And
I'm glad. That's awesome.
And Lindsey Vonn bringing home a bronze medal.
She did.
Is she? I think she's has to be the most fearless person on the planet.
I mean, she's up there with like Malala.
Who?
No,
that joke fell pretty flat. Sorry about
Who?
that.
Wow.
Somewhere there's a hipster laughing.
Probably in Austin. No, Lindsey Vonn, like coming back from like what, double ACL tears?
She's broken every bone in her body.
Yeah. And still came back, won a bronze at 34.
Yeah.
It's incredible. She's a legend.
She is. She's the most fearless person on the planet Earth.
She's up there.
She should make a movie with The Rock.
I would watch that movie.
I would too.
You get The Rock, Lindsey Vonn, Janelle. I don't know why I'm laughing saying the name Janelle Monáe. It's a great name.
I think you would get Kevin Hart in that movie too.
Of course you have
Kevin
to have
Hart's
Kevin Hart
not.
in that movie.
You offer Kevin Hart $5,000 off the top. He's going to be in that movie.
It's all about 5,000 off the top.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart doesn't get off an airplane for less than $5,000.
No.
I'm pretty sure Kevin Hart is filming a movie right here in my kitchen. Just because he was bored.
Did you give him $5,000 off the top?
No.
No, he ain't there.
I don't give Kevin Hart money. Kevin Hart gives me money. I need it.
So what did we learn from the Olympics this year? I'm going to tell you what we learned from the Olympics this year.
What you got?
Nothing. We didn't learn anything. We learned that I think the funniest thing of the whole charade of the Olympics is that Pence went for the opening ceremonies and they played the North Korean song and they walked in and he wouldn't stand up. I love how he just took the anthem protest and just utilized it on North Korea.
To be fair, though, like if North Korea was playing, if the North Korean national anthem was playing, would you know?
I would have. I don't know how he knew though. He must have known.
Somebody he has people who tell him these things.
He had to have been debriefed on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
I learned how to score curling.
Oh, it's pretty exciting. Did you learn from curling or did you learn it from when I was telling you how they scored curling?
Probably the latter, but I'll say it was the former.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. But I was watching that gold medal.
When I was watching the gold medal.
That gold medal match.
After I saw the highlights and then I watched the match.
Right. After you found out that the American... I kind of like knowing the outcome because then I kind of want to watch it. If the Americans win.
I don't agree with that at all.
Oh, really?
No.
Really?
Yo,
Really?
controversy.
I feel like the Olympics always needs to be in the Eastern time zone or else I shouldn't be watching it because give me a break.
I remember one year the Olympics were in like Rio, and I was like, wow, this is on at a reasonable hour.
Well, what about when they were like in Atlanta? I feel like they were as a pretty reasonable hour when they were in Atlanta.
Yes.
Well, yes, of course, but I was also like 14.
And when they were in Salt Lake City, I thought that was although that was Central Time, and you were living on the East Coast at the time.
That's tough.
Utah's Mountain Time.
Oh my God, that's an extra hour right there.
Mountain Time.
Is Mountain Time real?
Hour,
yeah.
Whatever.
Is Mountain Time real? I feel like Mountain Time is fake.
I think Mountain Time. That just means that they don't fall back, right?
No, Mountain Time is specifically for the part of the country that like nobody really cares what time their show's on. You're always like, oh, it's on at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. They never say Mountain. Never. When's the last time you heard a broadcast be like, it's going to be on at 8 Central, 6 Mountain? Like, nobody cares. Sorry, Denver and Phoenix and Salt Lake City. And I can't even name another city in that time zone.
Denver.
Calgary.
I feel like Denver is a city that people do care about.
I love Denver, of course. I care about Denver, but let's be honest, nobody cares what time
I'm over
there.
time zones.
You're post-time zone?
I'm over the time zone.
We live in a post-time zone society. We should
live in a post-time zone society.
We do live in a post-daylight savings society. Like, we need to be getting rid of daylight savings time yesterday. It's coming up again in a couple of weeks.
Farmers, Daniel.
I don't care. Farmers can set an alarm for 4 a.m. Like, they're not waking up with the roosters anymore. We don't need...
Well, they would have to change... They would have to go in and change their settings on their phone to 4 a.m.
Farmers know how to do that. Did you know farmers have their own dating website now? Like, they can figure out how to change settings on their phone.
Whoa. Tell me more about this website.
Have you never seen a commercial for farmersonly.com? Am I breaking this news for you? Do I watch way too much TV?
That is not a real thing. There's no way that's a real thing.
There is no way you've never seen that commercial.
I swear to God.
Farmers... Oh, wait. What?
There's no way.
Oh, what is
How
what
is this a thing?
Yeah, of course it's a thing. What is that catchphrase?
Yeah.
Farmers only.
Oh my goodness.
It's different. What is it? It's like it's different out here.
City
I can't tell if
folks,
that's farmers
city
only or
folks just don't get it.
Oh.
Is it only available in the mountain time zone?
It's got to be.
You don't have farms in the mountain time zone. There's mountains. It's in the central time zone. But like farmers, I can't tell if Farmers Only is like a dating site or a steakhouse. Like I still don't know.
Why is it called Farmers Only? Why isn't it called something like Mower?
What?
I think that'd be a good name.
No words in that sentence made any sense.
Did you say mower?
Mower.
No.
No.
Mower? Hardly even newer.
Yeah, mower.
There it is. I left that sitting there. I'm really glad someone picked it up.
Or cornhole. How is it not called cornhole?
What about horseshoes?
Yeah, I feel like there's so many better names than Farmers Only. Farmers Only sounds like a really gross porn website.
Raindrop, crop top.
Raindrop, crop dust.
All right, so the Olympics.
Dude, that curling.
They were fun.
There was a double for 5 points in the 8th end.
Yes. It was a curling gasm. It was fantastic.
It was so good. That match was so good. They even had a measurement. They even did a measurement. The measurement was the coolest thing ever. Did you see the measurement?
Yes.
The curling.
An NFL referee came out with a Gene Salator came out with a doubled over index card. I was like, hold on, I've got this.
I still don't. They explained it as it was happening, and I still don't understand how it works. They measure the pressure of the rock. They have a thing that goes over the rocks, and it measures the pressure. Like, I don't get it, but it was the best. It was the best.
I think
The curling final was so good that like everyone in my office signed up to do like an Austin Curling Club event in April. What are the odds that we actually
There's
go?
a 0% chance.
There is a 0% chance that we curl in April.
Here's the thing.
because one guy's gonna be like, guys, tonight's the big curling thing, and everyone's gonna be like, what curling thing?
Here's
exactly how that convo goes down.
Here's the thing with curling. Curling is a lot like a lot of the winter sports. It's very expensive.
Real expensive.
Like if you wanted to
absolutely.
curl, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost. I know this because I actually know a person who helps run a curling league here in Buffalo, and it's like $250 to $300 a person. Yeah,
The stones are expensive.
you got to think about all of
Hundreds
that
of
ice.
dollars.
You got to think about all that ice that you have to upkeep and rent out. Like just the real estate alone, you're talking about a lot of money.
You have to buy a 47-pound slab of granite.
Yeah.
And put some sort of like cheap 80s doorknob on it.
And nobody owns those ridiculous shoes that they're using, so you got to get those shoes. I still don't understand how those curling shoes
Nike has
work.
like a curling shoe line?
I have to assume it's Under Armour, just because they're the weirdos.
Oh, I found this out the other day. Under Armour is going to be the new jersey manufacturer of Major League Baseball.
Nice.
And they are going to have everybody put the Under Armour insignia on their jerseys, including the Yankees, the Tigers, and the Cardinals.
No way. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe baseball would ever agree to that. That is breaking news right now.
I do what I can. I keep my ears to the streets, boys.
Keep that nose to the grindstone. That's I also just learned today that they're going to make Pluto a planet again.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They can't. Its orbit is not correct.
Hold on.
You can't do that.
Hold on.
You can't do it.
Pluto.
No, I'm not going to hold
January 29, 2018. According to that's not the most. Hold on. Here we go.
Neil
I got
deGrasse Tyson
hold on. I got
say this is
Snopes
okay?
coming. Hold on. I got Snopes coming in. Oh, it's false. Damn.
Is this more fake news from
It is
Daniel
fake
Gevirtz?
news.
That was the fake news horn.
It's like fake news with Daniel Gevirtz.
Oh.
It's like the current edition. I'm so embarrassed to say this, but I read there's an article today that caught my eye, and it was on Fox News.
Uh-oh.
And they cited Current Edition as one of their sources for the article.
What?
I didn't even know they were still making current
I
editions.
didn't know either.
I thought they're all past editions at this point.
Oh, hey-oh.
Sorry.
Wow.
Wait, where current edition? Was it current edition or a current affair?
Current
It was
affair.
Current Affair. Current Affair. Yeah.
Like, there were so many of those bad shows.
You can't
Like
you can't
back-
that's like citing the New York Post.
Yes.
No, Where's the current of where we at with it?
Yeah, there you go.
There it is. Yep.
Wow.
There we go. That's my childhood
God.
coming back.
Oh, we just had to pay $5 for that sound. Easy over there.
How much does it cost to use a current affair news drop? 5,000 off the top.
5 G's right off the top.
I need at least 5 G's in my cat keys.
A current affair
let's
went
move
off
over.
the air in looks like 2005.
Wow.
Oh, okay, so that was real old site, real old news.
Fox News still sourcing them though.
Let's move on.
Yes,
Let's move on. We've just that segment of the show lasted longer than the Olympics.
I mean, are we including or not including the time stolen by North Korea?
Not including the time stolen by North Korea.
Okay.
Also, a current affair went off the air in 1996. I don't know what this 2005 date is.
It must have been like the spin-off show.
Not so current affair.
Other affairs.
Current affair rehashed.
So, who wants to talk about the NBA?
Daniel does.
I always love talking about the NBA.
Daniel,
30 seconds, go.
So the Knicks are 1-1 since the All-Star break, about to be 1-2. They're they just lost to the Golden State Warriors. They had a good win against Orlando. They had a moral victory, which is also known as a loss against the Celtics. Trey Burke has been a revelation at point guard, and new acquisition Emmanuel Mudiay has had a few up and down games. But the Knicks appear to have 3 decent to good point guards in a rotation, with Burke being the oldest at 26 years old. So when Kristaps Porzingis...
I was hoping you were going to play that and not the current affair drop.
wait.
I was waiting for that. Wait
for this.
That's $10. We're up to $10 in this
Oh,
episode.
man, you were just spending our money.
This show's never going to turn a profit.
Well, that's the truth.
The only
How come you guys canceled your podcast? We blew our nest egg on current affair drops.
We blew our podcast budget.
even though Jacksonville pays us a pretty handsome penny to do the show.
Absolutely.
It's
Tourism
true.
Board of
They don't
Jacksonville.
pay us enough for that.
Thank you, Jacksonville. What is that, like $12.50 now that we owe? That's
man.
terrible.
Yeah, but as soon as one of us,
Listen.
goes to Jacksonville to pick up that check, like,
Guys, I've never been to Jacksonville.
I never will go to Jacksonville. Why would I
I've
ever
never
go to
been there either.
Jacksonville?
I drove through it once. It was like 1996, and I was like, wow, this city's got nothing.
You got
It's
lost.
just a big old pile of sunshine. Meth labs. Shout out to Jacksonville. Daniel, like the Knicks, so the Knicks look good, but like, how can we? They look good-ish. They're promising, but I you know who suddenly looks really good? The Utah Jazz.
Well, I feel like Rudy Gobert is finally staying healthy, and someone finally realized we can give Ricky Rubio the ball, and he doesn't have to ever shoot, and you could still win games.
I don't know why the Minnesota Timberwolves didn't figure that out, like, I don't know, a decade
Unbelievable.
ago. Insane. So the West is unbelievable because the 3 seed, the Spurs, are only 4.5 games up on the 10 seed.
And
Which is the Pelicans.
oh God, and
Shout out to
there's-
Boogie.
well, poor Boogie. But since Boogie's injury, I believe Anthony Davis is averaging 32 points a game.
Yeah, he's averaging 32 and 15 a game. They've won 9 of their last 10. It's been great, and there's no. I'm sorry, they're the 8 seed. The Clippers are the 10 seed, but like nobody in the West is
Bad.
like running away with it. Like other than the Rockets and Warriors who are playing
They're
out
playing
of their
different
minds.
games.
James Harden is just I mean, why is he? Why are we talking so much about KD and Kyrie Irving? Why aren't we talking? We should be talking about LeBron, then Harden right behind him.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I think James Harden is pretty much your consensus MVP at this point of the season. I don't hear anyone arguing otherwise.
Absolutely, and I am just so glad that the math finally caught up to Mike D'Antoni, because Mike D'Antoni has been coaching this game since 2003, and everyone's been saying you can't win like this. You can't win like this. They don't play any defense, and it's not that they don't play defense; it's that they're really good on offense, so they move the ball really fast, and so you're going to give up a lot of points because there are more possessions.
Well, it's like, it's like this. Like, there's two schools of thoughts, right? I'm gonna somehow equate the Rockets to financial planning.
Oh, please don't.
Just
can you give us give us something better?
No, like,
can you equate it to like farmers only date websites?
No. There's two ways to win, either in investing or in life.
2 ways.
2 ways. And that is you can either spend less money or you can make more of it. The thing is, like, you can only cut so much money that you spend, but you can make like almost infinite amount. And that's what D'Antoni's realized is like, well, there's 2 ways we can win. We can either hold teams to less points or we can score way more of them. So that's what his teams have been doing, and he has the perfect roster now to do what he wants to do.
He really does. I don't know. I mean, I'm so glad that Mike D'Antoni met Daryl Morey, because the two of them together, Daryl Morey was like, yes, absolutely, I can put a team together for this system, and it will work.
So, Rockets look good. Warriors look good. At some point, we're going to dive into basketball. We're going to sound a little more intelligent about it than we do now. Daniel obviously loves the Knicks.
Ooh.
He's got that on lock. I quasi-follow the Sixers.
Dude, I don't know where
totally lost the basketball stuff.
Great. Nobody wanted to hear about
basketball.
Didn't have any
basketball. Well, they didn't want to hear us talk about it, that's for sure.
So you're going to have to trust us. We said some things about basketball. Financial planning was involved. Daniel sounded really good. And then, next week we'll talk a little more about basketball. But for right now, I think we need to turn our attention back toward ice, because we need to talk about the Vegas Golden Knights. We need to talk.
That's becoming the new Jacksonville of the show.
It's the new Jacksonville. The Jags are done playing this year. We need a new bandwagon team from a city nobody really cares for. So, I'm sorry.
Don't even act like you liked Vegas.
I love Las Vegas.
You stop.
Kind of overrated. I had a good time.
Way overrated.
I had a great time with you.
Overrated.
I had a great time going to Vegas with you, but Vegas is a city. It's a little overrated.
That's true. It's got two good streets.
Two streets.
That's it.
But the Vegas Golden Knights are number 2 in the entire NHL in points. They have 86. They're leading the Western Conference.
That is a lot of points.
Yeah.
Very good, Daniel.
They're leading the Western Conference. They would be the 1 seed.
That's what leading means.
They have a 49 goal.
Very good, John. Man, we're getting good at this.
49 goal differential, 7-3 in their last 10. And
the Sabres have a minus 58 goal differential.
Yes, the Bizarro Sabres.
Jesus.
So, but they look good. So here's the segment. Like, we're going to talk about how great they are, but first, we're going to play a little game. And it's got its own theme song. Okay.
$25.
We're going to play Name a Golden Knight.
Oh, I can name a Golden Knight. I really
too.
can.
Okay.
Marc-Andre Fleury. He's the goaltender.
Very good. Very good. What else you got?
Oh,
Teemu Selanne.
Who? Teemu Selanne?
Teemu Selanne. He's a
Finnish Rocket. I don't think that was his nickname, but it sounded like a nice one.
I think that was his nickname. He was like the Finnish. No, he was Swedish. Wasn't he Swedish?
Teemu.
Get out of
Teemu
town.
Salane.
Was he Finnish?
Yeah, he was
I'm on
Finnish.
it. I'm on
No,
it. I'm on it.
I'm just getting
He's nicknamed.
started.
Oh, the Finnish Flash. The Finnish
The
Flash.
Finnish Flash. Sorry. That sounds like an adult film.
It is.
Finnish Flash 2. Two Fins.
Too Flash.
Too Flash, Too Furious. I'm looking at this Vegas Golden Knights roster, and I can't name a single player on. These faces. I see them. I have no idea who any of these people are. And they're number 2 in the NHL. I think that they just basically took expansion draft people. Wow. Which
makes
obviously
sense.
makes sense. They're an expansion. Wow, Cody Aiken looks like Carson Wentz. That's real creepy. Google that. Cody Aiken, Carson Wentz. But
I see that.
they're like, it's incredible. The 2 people I've heard of on that team are their starting goaltender and their backup goaltender. And wow, Marc-Andre Fleury looks like Sam Bradford. That's weird. But yeah, they're good. They're doing it with cast-offs from other teams, but they're on pace to be, and it's not even particularly close, they're on pace to be the greatest expansion team in the history of professional sports. It's just fascinating.
That is fascinating. Didn't the it must not have been their first year, but didn't the Jacksonville Jaguars circle it all the way back to Jacksonville?
Yeah, like their
Weren't
second
they
season.
in the AFC conference? AFC
like their
championship
second
game
season.
in like
They
their
went
first year,
9-7 in their
Okay.
second year, and they made the AFC champions. So did, you know who else did? Carolina that same year. The Carolina
Really?
Panthers made the NFC championship game also in 1996.
Interesting. So, all right. So, I mean, if Vegas makes the conference championship, they will surpass what the Panthers and Jaguars
question.
did because they're doing it.
And
in
if
the
you're
first year.
talking,
My God, they only have 16 losses on the year, I guess, and 4 overtime
If you're
losses.
talking-
They
about,
have
that's
have
crazy.
almost as many losses as the Sabres have wins. Sabres have 18 wins. 18 wins. They played 62 games, and they have 18 wins.
2 wins.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. Those Sabres.
As far as regular season success goes, I don't like the Vegas could really lose all the rest of their games and still be the most successful expansion franchise ever.
I can still get
That's
into the
probably true.
playoffs.
They-
82 points.
They haven't clinched yet, but I bet they could. Yeah.
That's pretty close. I mean, 82, 80, 86, 88.
Yeah.
You're in it.
I think that's what it takes to get on the dance floor. But yeah, pretty amazing. So shout out to the Knights, the Golden Nuggets.
Golden Knights. Golden Knights.
yeah.
You can't take Golden Nuggets. That one's not allowed.
No. The Kniggets.
Whoa.
Gotta be careful with how you say that.
Wow, you don't get very many Monty Python references anymore.
Bring it all the way back. Turn
Bring
this
way back to Middle English right there.
Turn this podcast into a newt. Gulp better.
All right.
Oh no.
So let's close it out talking about the NCAA.
Can we? Yeah. I have to, like. How is the NCAA not the worst run organization in the country?
Oh my God, NCAA is a cartel. Like they should be. It should be illegal.
Real
what they're
cool.
doing.
It should 100% be illegal. The NCAA needs to give the death penalty to the NCAA.
So it would be a
Oh yeah.
euthanasia penalty.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's right.
Yeah.
They would absolutely deserve it. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm really excited for this FBI probe into everything that's going on in terms of assistant coaches and agents steering players to certain schools. Like, that is unbelievable. And we're talking about federal criminal implications for not just the institutions and not just the coaches, but the players.
What's the law? What's the law they're breaking? I have to know.
Bribery. Bribery is accepting a bribe is a criminal offense.
Is it really?
And
I think that should not be.
Most of these colleges are state-run and federally funded institutions. So the coaches who work for these institutions, the coaches are federal employees or state employees.
State employees.
So you're talking about state officials taking bribes. So it's the same penalty if a governor took a bribe.
So
or
when I'm at a restaurant and I ask the server, I was like, "Hey man, can you speed it up? There's a little something extra in it for you." I could go to jail.
That would be the tip.
The FBI could come after me.
Not even close. The restaurant isn't a government entity, and tipping is perfectly acceptable.
Well, let's call this a tip.
You cannot tip government officials.
Call it a tip. Here you go, guys.
You absolutely
cannot tip government officials. You cannot.
At the very large tech company that I work for, there is a 60-minute training on not tipping government officials. And it's absolutely a federal offense.
I once offered a city official a bottle of water because it was like 100 degrees outside. And I was like, "Can I get you a bottle of water?" And he looked at me with these real serious look in his face, and he goes, "Are you bribing me?"
That was the correct response.
And I said, "No." I said, "You look real hot. I was just offering you a bottle of water. How about I just say that the bottles of water are over there in the fridge? If you get real thirsty, go ahead and help yourself to one." And he was like, "Well, now I can't even drink the water."
Yeah, way to ruin that guy's life, Greg.
The man's just sitting there roasting in a hot car, unable to cool himself down, all because
federal law
can't even hydrate himself.
Federal law now prohibits him from ever drinking water again. Way to go!
I also said, "I'm like, if you give me a violation, I'm giving you $5." He was like, "Oh no, I can't even give you violations."
What's more corrupt, NCAA or IOC?
Ooh, good question. I gotta say it's the NCAA.
NCAA, and I think I think the NCAA for a majority reason. Number one, it's a massive organization. It's enormous. The bandwidth it has, the influence it has. I just think the NCAA is just a bunch of wealthy people that are just holding everything over these young people.
Yes, leverage.
It was like people that had a really rough freshman year in college, and they were like, "You know, I'm going to be real rich, and I'm going to go back and stick it to all of you." And I feel like that's what they've done. Like this vacating championships thing, like what? Like that's not even a punishment.
I love that.
How is that a punishment?
That means.
It's like, I'm okay. So the 2013 team, they're not going to get, it's just going to say vacated in there. I could just Google who actually won the 2013 NCAA tournament. And I can find out exactly who that winner was. And I've done nothing for anybody.
Same thing with Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy.
He didn't win.
Right.
Wait, he didn't win that.
He did. It was vacated.
Yeah, says you.
Yeah.
What would be really cool is if when they vacate these wins and championships and Heismans and stuff, like if they actually did the Men in Black style, lose your memory.
that flash pen?
Yeah, and then everybody knows you won the championship and the Heisman except you. Imagine that. I've reached the pinnacle of my career and I can't remember it, but everyone else tells me it was really great.
This is the worst punishment I've ever seen in my life. We're going to go back and take away a championship is nothing. It means it's nothing. You can't. You've already done it. You've achieved the pinnacle. You can't take it away.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even understand where that would have come from. You can't erase a thing from having happened. Right. It's not like the runner-up is now
Championship
champion.
isn't tangible. It's not like money. You're not
Although it would be pretty cool. No, it wouldn't be pretty cool. Never mind. I was going to say it would be pretty cool if they took away the players who have made money. If they started taking away the money, they were like, if you guys didn't win the championship, you would have been drafted in the second round instead of the first round. So you owe the NCAA another $400,000. But that's
right.
terrible.
But then the NCAA is just making more money, which they shouldn't be getting that much in the first place.
I mean,
it's unbelievable.
I think we're all in agreement that college athletics is a Ponzi scheme here.
It so is. I can't wait for the schools that get the death penalty. Like maybe Louisville will do this now, where they say, you know what, NCAA, you want to give us the death penalty? Fine. We're pulling all Louisville athletics from the NCAA, and we're going to take these other Big 12 schools with us. We're going to take some ACC schools with us.
And we're just going to
make our own
NCAA.
We're going to make our own college basketball or college sports, league. And we're going to pay the players.
And it's going to be even more corrupt than yours is.
Well, so that's going to be like the thing, right? So, like, there's this company called IMG. Are you guys familiar with IMG?
Yeah.
Heard of them.
Okay. IMG is like a...
What's with your... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. It's like a event management, like, talent agency, nebulous shadow organization that, like, puts on a lot of these events, like... college football and college basketball. They also do things like modeling and film festivals and whatever. But like, they're like this middle person, this middle entity in between the NCAA and college athletics themselves. And they also they're involved in negotiating the TV rights and things like that. I would not be surprised if IMG took those schools that were revenue-generating cash cows and created their own sort of quasi-professional league with paid players, not paid well, obviously, but paid players, and you have all the benefits of college athletics, quote-unquote. I'm doing air quotes as if people can see me, but it's totally divorced from the educational institutions themselves. I feel like that's the next logical thing.
I mean, I think you could make that could be a thing that you could do, but I almost feel as though you could just start an entirely new college athletic association and say, okay, do you want to be a part of, and you can have colleges say, do you want to subscribe to the NCAA or do you want to subscribe to IMG? And I think that could be an absolutely okay thing to do, too. I don't know. The NCAA can't have a monopoly over something like this.
My question is this, and maybe someone can answer this. I haven't looked it up or anything. Besides...
You're quite the lawyer, Daniel.
Besides organization, lawyers are supposed to never ask a question they don't already know the answer to. I do it all the time.
That's true. Yeah.
Besides organization and having everybody, under the same roof, so to speak, what exactly do schools get from the NCAA?
They get a kickback of that money. They get a kickback of the TV rights and things like that. TV rights are what, is the reason why Nick Saban makes $12 million a year.
That's not the conference? I think that's the conference's.
Yeah, the conference's
TV rights. Like the
TV rights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you have a conference TV. I mean, either way.
But that's my point. Like, what's the NCAA? They're giving to the NCAA. They're giving money and they're giving access and they're giving power to the NCAA. Besides just aggregating everything. Besides being the Huntington Post. Like, what is the NCAA doing? They're just aggregating. That's it, right? Or am I missing something?
I don't know. IMG.
Well, you know what else they're doing?
Yeah.
They're taking away your toys when you're naughty. So
exactly. Like these schools are giving power to the NCAA, and the NCAA will find the schools and they'll suspend coaches and they'll suspend players. And it's like, well, wait a second. Why are we letting you do that? How about we don't?
You have to take a step back for a second, though, because they're only suspending players and coaches when they get caught.
Yes.
Because there is a history of sexual abuse, and there is a history of bribery, and there is a history of illegal activity that happens in college athletics that has been going on for years, and it only seems to be a problem. And it's always a domino effect. this school gets caught, and then this school gets caught, and then this school gets caught, this school gets caught, this school gets caught. There's so much cover-up in all of this. Mm-hmm. And what's the common denominator in all of this? Is the NCAA. That is the common denominator.
And they're so bad and slow at policing their own.
Because I feel like they know a lot more than they let on, but they're like, oh no, some people found out about this. Let's pretend we didn't know about it and see how angry everybody gets.
Right, and they're like, let's inflict the harshest punishment we can think of. Louisville, you were real bad. We're taking away your basketball. And it's like, oh, okay. I'd love one of these assistant coaches to go to be like, hey, you knew the whole time.
Yeah. Here's the memo that you sent 3 years ago.
Here's your first warning where you said if we kept it up, you would give us the death penalty. Here's your second and third warnings that you were going to vacate our championships.
Here's the receipt from when Mark Emmert actually stayed in those dorms and slept with one of the hookers.
More corrupt, NCAA or FIFA?
Ooh. I think NCAA because they are preying upon unpaid athletes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
the thing. You have to remember that. Like you could talk about the NFL, you could talk about FIFA, you could talk about Major League Baseball, you could talk about any of these other organizations. These players are paid athletes. This is their jobs. These kids are going to school and making millions and millions of dollars for not only their schools, but for other schools as within those conferences and within the NCAA, and receiving free room and board and a scholarship, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I think if you're on a college team of any sort, free ride right off the bat, guaranteed free room and board, free tuition, free books, free clothing, all of that stuff right off the bat.
$5,000 off the top.
$5,000 off the top.
I don't even go to kickoff of a football game for less than $5,000.
Right. I think. Look, and
I won't even sleep with a hooker for less than $5,000.
All of your points are valid and well taken.
But I'll go to a Louisville game.
The 2022 World Cup is in Qatar.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's still there.
I thought that was old news. I thought they were cutting that out because the guy got his palms greased.
No, it's as of today. It is still in Qatar. Now
he got his pockets lined.
According to the Standard, which is a pretty good,
a reputable-ish paper,
England could emerge as shock contenders to host the 2022 World Cup as FIFA consider stripping Qatar of their hosting duties.
I think it's Qatar.
I think it's Qatar.
It's Qatar.
Like pronounced Cutter. Qatar.
Yeah.
Like an emo kid?
Yes.
There's so
like
many
an emo kid.
There's so many controversies regarding the 2022 FIFA World Cup that the 2022 FIFA World Cup page actually has links to another page saying main article, list of 2022 FIFA World Cup controversies.
Wait, are you looking at Wikipedia?
Well, yeah, of course I am.
That's quite a reputable source you found yourself there, John Gorman.
You know what?
Look.
People poop all over Wikipedia. Like, I don't mean to completely derail the conversation, but Wikipedia is generally accurate.
Yeah, I would say like 99.5% of the information I've seen on Wikipedia is accurate.
Every now and then people will go out there and like make a joke on someone's article, but like A, that gets wiped up pretty quickly, and B, it's always funny anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, okay, World Cup's going to be in Qatar. People are making a lot of people are making a lot of money in that situation.
Yes, including the players.
Okay? Including the players, right?
No, but
including Qatar in general is going to get some revenue from that.
I like how John is really trying to get a point in here.
No, listen.
I'd like to hear your rebuff to kids making no money and getting scolded for trading a jersey for a tattoo.
How dark do you want me to go? Because I can go dark.
Way dark. Do it.
Real dark.
Let's talk about forced migrant workers, slavery, and people dying in inhumane working conditions building the venues.
Ooh, that's an excellent point. I mean, but that's the government, though, right? That's not FIFA. I mean, FIFA might have turned a blind eye to it, but that's the government of Qatar doing that. Is it not, or am I mistaken?
That's
totally FIFA on that one.
It's private. It's privatized. But like Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, the International Trade Union Confederation, they're all involved. The International Labor Organization is involved. Additionally, outdoor stadiums in Qatar in the summer in 2022, when there will be temperatures of more than 122 degrees Fahrenheit for a high.
But it's a dry heat. It's a real dry heat.
You don't even notice it. You don't even notice that 122-degree dry
heat. It doesn't
heat.
feel 122 at all.
Have you been to Phoenix in July?
Actually, I have. It was the worst.
It was hot.
I saw that movie on Lifetime, and it was wonderful.
Is that the sequel to Jacksonville in May?
Orlando in
May. Shit.
Orlando in May. Phoenix in July. Anchorage in September.
That I've done. I've done that. I've been to Anchorage in September. Lovely, lovely city in September.
So it's been bad. I haven't even gotten to the bribery of FIFA officials yet, but like also Qatar.
Well, we've just established a motive of bribery with the NCAA.
I know. I'm
It's
offering
pretty bad.
An alternate viewpoint.
You're right. It's pretty bad. I think the NCAA hits home more because it's here as opposed to FIFA, which is abroad. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to, like you tell me this kind of stuff happens in Qatar, and I'm like, yeah, probably. You tell me this kind of stuff happens in Kentucky, and I got to raise an eyebrow at that.
Yeah. I understand. No, and those are, like I said, they're just all fair points. I think the real difference here is that players at least get paid in World Cup.
Right.
Right.
But also
that's
nobody building Louisville's arena died, probably.
It's the KFC Yum Center. Papa John built that with his own two hands. Better ingredients, better arena, Papa John's.
Unfortunately, the arena gave me diarrhea from the garlic sauce.
Oh, sure, of course. Of course.
That garlic sauce is like liquid methamphetamine.
I'm fairly certain that there is not one drop of any sort of food byproduct in that sauce.
Hang on, let's find the list of ingredients.
I'm on it.
The list of ingredients: xanthan gum, garlic, leprechaun fart.
Leprechaun fart. What is it? It's an Irish pub?
Yeah, it's a leprechaun fart. That's got to be the name of a shot, right?
The leprechaun fart? I think it's Jameson mixed with Guinness.
Look, Google leprechaun fart.
No.
I don't care what's in the Papa John's garlic sauce. I want to know what's in a leprechaun fart.
I think people need to know what's in the Papa John's sauce.
Well, hold on. I'm on the Papa John's website. I feel like this might be propaganda.
It's propaganda. It's propaganda.
Oh, man, how did I blow that joke? Our special recipe garlic dipping sauce is a signature blend of oil and spices that complements your favorite Papa John's pizza or breadsticks. Well, that's useless.
Oil and spices?
Oil and spices.
Come on now. That's unbelievable. You can't tell me there's only oil and spices in that. You can't.
How to make Papa John's garlic sauce at home.
I have margarine and garlic powder here for a copycat recipe.
Yeah. Oh, what Papa John's does... Oh, no, I can't cite the Daily News.
You can.
What Papa John's doesn't want you to know.
I feel like the Papa John's base is like the cellulite that they suck out from like liposuction.
Oh, here we go.
Like garlic salt.
Here we go.
Reconstituted human fat.
Although the fact that Papa John's garlic sauce, which comes in little packages, is made with a slew of additives, mono and diglycerides, partially hydrogenated soybean oil, and the preservatives sodium benzoate and calcium disodium, EDTA, does not inspire confidence. This is from an article.
Disodium?
Yes.
There's 2 salts in one compound.
Calcium disodium.
I didn't even think that was possible.
Yeah, that's the next thing I'm Googling. CaNa2, really?
What the hell is that?
Calcium disodium. Oh, here we go.
That's,
here
by
we
the
go.
way,
According
that's like the 8th most threatening thing that was on that list, too.
Oh, calcium disodium.
All right. I have word on the leprechaun fart.
Go for it.
What do you got?
So, according to mobile.drink.com.
Reputable.
Okay.
Not quite the
Now-
Daily News.
Right. Now, mind you, this recipe has 0 likes and 0 votes. However, this is what we have. And this, like, there's so much in this. This is like leprechaun diarrhea. This ain't a leprechaun fart.
It's wet.
8 ounces of 99 bananas.
Oh.
80 ounces of pineapple juice.
That's way too much.
What? None of that.
32 ounces of Bacardi 151 and 8 ounces of Malibu coconut rum.
What part of that screams leprechaun?
Here's the part that I love. The instructions: combine over ice, shake, shooter.
In the past,
How big of a shaker would you need?
Well, you
I
would
think
need,
that's what you're just using.
Just by
you're
real
making
quick,
that,
simple math here.
You're making that in a bathtub.
You would need a gallon jug. It's a gallon worth of liquid.
In the past,
You have to take an old milk jug.
Here's an article from NCBI. In the past, lead poisoning was recognized when classical symptoms of acute intoxication were present and the blood lead was elevated. The EDTA test is presently the most reliable method for detecting excessive lead stores, and CaNa2 is used in the EDTA test. So one of the main ingredients of your garlic dipping sauce is used to detect lead poisoning.
Well, at least it's not lead, which is nice.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my gosh! All right.
I want to get us out of here on this.
Okay.
I know you're both familiar with the 2015 article naming the Buffalo Bills fan base the drunkest fans in the NFL.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Not a word of that is a
Well-known.
surprise.
Well-known fact.
However, did you also know that in 2015, the Buffalo Bills won the Responsibility Bowl title?
The what?
I don't. The what? Is that a thing?
An annual competition that aims to encourage responsible drinking and fan behavior. The Responsibility Bowl gives NFL teams a chance to compete to gain support for their designated driver programs. Fans assisted the Bills on the path to the championship by participating in the Bud Light Good Sports program during regular season's games at New Era Field and on social media. By signing up for the program, Bills fans pledged to remain sober on game day to ensure that their friends and family got home
How
safely.
many Bills fans pledged that? Like 15?
Both. Both Bills.
How can you be the drunkest fans and the soberest fans at the same time? Only in Western New York.
The Responsibility Bowl, like, is that... That's one of those bowl games they play before Christmas between a Mountain West team and a Conference
The
USA.
Responsibility
It's aired on
Bowl is like
it's aired on the
Prom
same day as the
Promise.
SIE Bowl.
Yes.
The American Standard Toilet Bowl.
Yes,
It's the prom promise of NFL fans, and we all know everyone was banging on prom night that signed the prom promise.
I didn't.
I lost my virginity on prom night.
You know what?
I'm that cliche.
I
Was it at the
never
after
went
party?
to a prom.
Yeah.
Never been to a prom.
It was after the after party. You could've
Were there
made a
were there
movie
cars
about
were
it.
there cars parked on the lawn?
Yes.
Oh god.
Were you necking in the back seat
No. We were in a
of
bed.
your dad's convertible 56 Chevy?
No. This was 2000, so it was a 1991 Pontiac Bonneville.
Of course it was.
I put my Letterman coat over her shoulders and started making out with her.
I think it was an Eddie Bauer windbreaker.
So there I was on prom night with my wife Joyce, sharing a white wine spritzer, playing a little Super Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo.
That's how a lot of my encounters started freshman year of college, if I'm being honest. White wine spritzers and
Super Mario Brothers. All right.
On that
All right.
note,
I
We're
love
done. Be outta
reviewing my tabs that I open over the course of one of these shows.
oh my God, it's amazing, isn't
It
it?
really is. And there goes the rest of
Nope.
our budget. Thanks. Now I have to cancel my internet.
That's it. $30. $30.
I'm just
We're
saying,
done.
sounds like a segment. Daniel's tabs.
Keeping tabs.
Keeping tabs with Daniel Gavert.
Yeah. Brought to you by Mozilla.
Brought to you by Netflix. Let's watch something.
Netflix and chill.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to Shane's Life as a Fantasy Draft. We are so glad for all 25 of you who have stuck with us.
Thank you for listening to Daniel giggle for the past 60 minutes.
Giggleverse.
We're going to fix that in post, though. No one's going to get that
We're
reference.
fixing it.
Fix it in post.
You guys sound real serious. Yeah, we had to mute Daniel. Anyway, yes, thank you very much. Geeks Unlimited, subscribe their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Geeks Unlimited.
Like and subscribe.
Shout outs. You can find me,
JohnGorman.co.
JohnGorman.co, the company.
Twitter, Hey Gorman. Twitter, Don't Take My
Yo.
Name. Instagram, Shane's Life.
Shane's Pod.
Nope. Shane's
Shane's
Pod.
Pod.
Don't you dare follow
That
Shane's Life.
imposter Shane's Life. No.
It's one of those Russian bot fake Instagram accounts.
We at
Terrible.
Shane's Pod out
Ruined the
here.
election. Follow Shane's Pod. Follow me in real life.
Just at Other Half Brewing. All day, all night.
Yeah,
Shout outs to other half brewer.
often. Shout out to the other half.
Sounds like
All
a
right.
sponsorship.
We'll see you. No, we won't see you. You're going to hear
Yeah,
us
you'll
next
hear
week.
us.
Fresh apps every Tuesday. Come get them.
Wednesday. We got to push it back to Wednesday now,
All right,
y'all.
Fresh apps Wednesday.
Fresh apps on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Fresh apps on Tuesday, though. Get your apps.
Fresh
Pete-
apps on Tuesday. 2-for-1 apps on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You'll get that link in the bio alert.
Yeah. Everybody loves those. Check out this cool picture. Link in bio.
Well, until we can get this thing actually on a podcasting server.
Yeah, let's do that.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Deuces.
Peace.
John Gorman's going to play us out.
Sun seeps yellow drops falling down from skies of gray. Tomorrow did a time switch, trading places with yesterday. The silence of 1,000 words paint a picture of the life I lead, yeah. Curse the sun and pray for rain, water, set the music free. Don't let life ever run away from me. and ignorant. Let me be none of these. For a man who don't know what he wants, never do just what he please. The silence of 1,000 words paint a picture of the life I lead, yeah. Curse the sun and pray for rain. Water, set the music free, and don't let life ever run away from me. Silence of 1,000 words paint a picture of the life I lead. Curse the sun and pray for rain. Water, set the music free, and don't let life ever run away. Don't let life ever run away. Don't let life ever run away from me.